another day, y'all. So early morning, no breakfast. I gotta eat breakfast, y'all. So I'm out here early, working in the garden before the family gets up. But I wanted to just show you something that I'm about to do, how to feed your citrus without fertilizers or granular feed and whatnot. So let's just do everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. So basically, what I'm doing right now, I wanted to go over again how to winterize and feed your citrus trees and explain to you what I'm doing. I thought about this about 2 weeks ago, and I was like, nah, I ain't doing it. I said, you know what? I looked at the soil of my container and noticed that most of the soil that was layered on top has been depleting. And I want to feed that soil. I want the microorganisms to be fed. I want it to have some soil, um, some soil building capacity, more soil. So what I'm going to show you is basically a method of composting in place, um, and also like leaving a blanket basically for the winter months or spring or summer, whatever you're deciding to do when you feed your citrus trees. So again, very quickly, citrus is not a deciduous fruit tree. Citrus is an evergreen that is considered to be in the shrub family, or if you want to say hedges, which means, like, I'm turning the camera like that. That is a shrub. Okay, they belong to the shrub family. What that means is they are shaped they shape their foliage almost like a canopy or a umbrella, somewhat, or like you could say one of those medieval time dresses they put on, one of those, or like a wedding gown that's plump or like a balloon shape. That's how citrus or evergreens shape their bodies. Why did this happen as well? One of the reasons why that I notice it does this is because it's not really trying to say it's stress or anything. It does it to protect the trunk. Um, I recently, matter of fact, even last year, 2 years ago, was when the first time I saw this. A gentleman of my in the family, my wife's best friend's dad has citrus that he's been growing for over 30 years. And maybe next year I'll ask to take a picture of this tree. Um, and we go every year to their family function. And I was amazed at his shrub of his citrus tree, the way he had it shaped. It was shaped like an egg shape. A gorgeous method he's done. And it just shocked me how big his Meyer lemon or lemon tree was. And it's still living today, over 30 years in his backyard. It grew up with his children, and now it's growing up with his grandchildren. So you don't have to prune your citrus like a wine glass, okay? You don't have to do that. You can just shape it like an egg. It'll be fine. The only things, the pests that you want to be mindful of are aphids, leaf miners, spider mites. And I want to say this. The reason why you don't see a lot of damage on the leaves of citrus is because they have their own defense mechanism. A lot of insects or pests, if you want to call them, are very scared of lemon trees in the sense of they back away because of the scent and of the chemical that it releases. And whenever you see damage on that leaf, it's because that leaf was basically weak, or that leaf is dying because it has no enough nutrients in it. So I've been talking too much. Let me get back to what I was doing and just show you. So basically, I removed the wood chips. I'm trying to zoom in for you guys. We have removed the wood chips, okay? And I'm going to take the phone with me. Just a minute, so excuse me, guys. And as you can see, we removed most of the wood chips. I removed most of the wood chips, actually. And there is a citrus, piece of citrus right there. We're gonna leave. If your citrus splits, like I want to show you, if it splits like a split and it bursts open, like it bursts open, that indicates is you've been giving it too much water. Okay, so what I have done, I took some food scraps and we're gonna layer it on top. We're not gonna dig a hole this time. Let me back away. Let me just zoom out a little bit. We're going to basically layer some food scraps on top. Then I'm going to some leaves on top and the remaining of the wood chips. What's going to happen when we do this? Basically, it's going to feed the soil. The wood chips is going to decompose throughout the months, and it'll be fine. This is actually you're continuing to feed your citrus trees or any fruit tree when you do this. So let's get to work. Old banana peels, disgusting. This was frozen during me making smoothies during the summer, and I left a bag. Look nasty, don't it? This is great potassium for the citrus trees. A little bit of coffee grinds and the filter food scraps. One thing I do want to say, if you're using filters to make or any kind of paper, make sure it's compostable. Okay, one thing you want to do. Don't use any filters, coffee filters that are not compostable. And guess what, guys? I got another treat for you guys later on in another video that I'm going to tell you what you can compost as well besides coffee grinds. All right. If you guys other piece of the lemon, the other lemon that fell off, banana peel. I just want to say first, I apologize for the image you saw with my body, lower part of the body. I thought the camera was off on zoom, and it wasn't. But what I want to show you guys is the banana peels or frozen bananas and the coffee grinds and food scraps that was placed in the container here, and I still had it on zoom. So I just want to say I'm sorry. That's not what I want to show, or what I wanted to show anyone in general. But I want to make sure I got that content out of what I was doing, because you see here again, this is a way you can feed without your citrus trees composting in place without digging a trench or a hole to mess up the root system in the with your citrus in containers or even the ground. So I love this method. I love how Supreme Family Garden, he does this. He does this to all his trees, composting in place, just removing some of the wood chips and then putting the food scraps on top on the near the feeder roots or the berm, and then he just layer his wood chips and leaves whatever he's doing back in this place instead of digging a hole. And that's just one way to compost. You can even do it in containers or raised beds. But that's just one way. I want to show you that as well. So here is the Meyer lemon tree, fully covered with the food scraps and coffee grinds, used coffee grinds, leaves, and the rest of the wood chips. Now, I want to see this. You can do this to any fruit tree. Again, you can do any fruit tree. What we're not going to do, we're not going to prune this tree until we harvest the fruit. I can harvest the fruit, actually the citrus, the lemons right now, because this is the time of year, November through March. You can harvest at any time your Meyer lemons. You can even once the your oranges are ready, you can go ahead and harvest those as well. But right now, I want to get back and focusing on my citrus trees. I really been not paying them no mind at some point. And then I want to show you. Look at this tree. This tree we've been having so many issues with. This was given to me by Organic's Best Urban Gardener, and it has been doing pretty good so far. And the foliage came back. It was stressed. Oh, that's what I want to tell you guys. We potted up the Moral Blood Orange, guys. I'm gonna show you what I have done with that in another video. But until now, I want to say thank you all for watching, and until we meet again, peace.